What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Learn Crypto, presented by Wyckoff SMI. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
We got a good show for you tonight. We're going to take a look at a couple coins. We got a lot of things going on here in the market cap. Todd's going to do his magic on the TA. And then Robinhood also is integrating traditional and crypto markets together on their platform, so that will be interesting. Keep the chat clean, on point, and making money, and we'll get the show on the road.
Let's do it. Rock on.
With a common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Everyone has access to the information. We just know how to analyze it better.
Where else are you gonna have this much fun? You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Blaster.
Welcome to the crypto. We're trading every day. Listen to the Todd Father and everything Nick says. You gotta remember what you see. Don't be a Gary.
Shout out, Brian. Appreciate it.
Blaster, here's the place to be. And Learn Crypto. Welcome to Learn Crypto. We'll make you rich. We're gonna ride that.
How you guys doing today? Good?
What's
Looks
going
like
on,
we got
guys?
some people still strolling in here as usual.
Ready to rock.
Nice to meet you too, Nico. You just got a wrench. David, you're getting a wrench as well.
What's up, Nico? Nico's a good connect, good overseas.
What time is it over there, Nico? First time I
Client,
seen
so.
you in here. Must be staying up late. What's up, Taj?
We call Nico the Neo. He likes Neo a little bit. What's up, Brad? Taj, what's going on?
I would have to look at all the Blake coins. I don't know all the algorithms by heart that are associated with all the coins that I'm mining.
How are we going to start this? You got something to do first?
Yeah, I'll just take a look over here at the cryptocurrency market cap.
Yep,
We'll see how
let's do
things are
that.
going. Let's
That's the
refresh
things
this.
to go over here.
we're
Bitcoin kind of quiet.
And we're still hovering around $550 billion. We got Bitcoin pretty even for the day, pretty flat at $11,336. We got Ethereum still holding over $1,000 at $1,054. Ripple hasn't been doing too much. It's at $1.31. Bitcoin Cash, I'm not even going to mention. Cardano sitting at 63 cents. XLM had some good news come out today. They're at 61 cents. And Litecoin still hovering around 180. Neo, our friend Neo, still hanging in there at $138. Let's check out what some of the biggest movers in the top 100 are. ELF is up here. I know people have been talking about that. Zen Classic up 20% for the day. Still people in anticipation for that Bitcoin private hard fork that they're doing. We've all talked about that on a couple episodes. Hopefully you guys have made your decision on what you're going to do for that. We got game credits down here at 12.55%. And we got Steam sitting at a 656, up 11.35%. So looking pretty good. We're seeing a lot more green coins today. And hopefully some of these prices can dig in and we can continue a bull run. I know I would like that. I'm sure Todd would like that. I'm sure you guys would love that. So that's what we got to get going.
Get rid of a stomachache.
Yeah, all right. Got a couple articles I want to talk about. The first thing I wanted to talk about was Robinhood at zero-fee cryptocurrency trading and tracking. If you guys aren't familiar, I really wasn't familiar with them. They allowed you, it was an application that allowed you to trade traditional stocks. Usually you have lower values on there, like up to $1,000 is free, and then anything above that you have to pay a monthly subscription, and that's how they can get away with the free trading fees. If we go down here, they were going to let you, the full list of coins you can track is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Ripple, Aetherium Classic, Zcash, Monero, Dash, Stellar, Quantum, Bitcoin Gold, OmiseGo, Neo, Lisk, and Dogecoin. They don't really go into description on why they chose those coins, but I think that's a good start. Maybe you need to look at some of these coins as well, because other platforms might mimic what they're doing. But from my understanding, only BTC and ETH will be available for trading when it rolls out. If you go check out my Twitter, I did have a referral link over there. The way that is working is if you sign up over here, then we both get a free stock. I did download the app and put $100 on it. It took about 2 hours for my verification and my $100 to go through. A guy from my work actually referred me, and I got a free. I got a free share of ZNGA, currently worth $3.68. It's like an online gaming company. So that's kind of interesting. They just give those to you, and you can sell that or trade that or do whatever you want after 3 days of owning it. So I'm going to check this out. I put $100 on there really just to see if it's going to be a viable onboarding and offboarding platform in the future. Obviously, everybody has a lot of problems with Coinbase, or they're trying out Gemini and some other ones. So I'm going to try it out and give you guys some feedback once I'm able to trade some Bitcoin. I know the waiting list. Let's see what the waiting list is now. It was like 140,000. Let's check this real quick.
What up, Steven? Flagurzi. How you doing?
Looks like the waiting list is up to 180,000 is what my application is saying. People trying to get on board for the cryptocurrency BTC and ETH trading pairs. So that'll be interesting. We'll see how it plays out, and I'll give you an update on that in the future. Do you want to start off by looking at the Bitcoin charts and taking a look at some of those?
I'm going to go over the tweet I put out today on the software. The software's still gathering some data. If you want, Wyckoff on Crypto is my Twitter. I'm going to hopefully get more active in there once I start trading a little bit more active and the software starts kicking out some indicators. Bitcoin, these are just minor observations, but I want to explain kind of how it works, because Bitcoin had a minor divergence, inharmonious action on the 5-minute chart today. Price had made new lows by the green and pink lines, and the volume did not. This kind of gave us the start of a short-term rally. So you can see here, let's look at the green lines first. This is Bitcoin. And again, I got a Wyckoff Wave Crypto Index. We got privacy indexes. We got some other ones that I had help on from the community, and also Nick and I kind of tried to narrow it down into something usable for us. So hold on, that was interesting. That's my parents. Hope that's not important. So the prices, you can see stair-stepping down. The green line shows that. The green line down here is the OP, which is volume. And you can see it is not stair-stepping down. It was really reluctant to go down. So that's more inharmonious action, because it did make a new low, but not near with the intensity the price did. And then if you look at the pink lines, you can see that price came down, made a new low, and the volume once again held at much higher levels. So that's on a 5-minute chart. So all that's going to tell you is probably this rally, could turn into something. You can see that's 11.2, and that's where we've been setting since. So for me, that just tells me that, this might be some type of important minor low here. If that is taken out, on a short-term basis, that would be discouraging. But this type of chart is going to be also, this could have been a daily line chart. So if you have a daily line chart doing this, you would want to probably chase this rally, or you'd want to buy it here with the stop at the low. So again, that was just something that was on the last day and a half, but that is starting to kick out. And you can see, all the haters saying I've been talking about this forever. You can see the software is kicking out data. We've got quite a few coins doing that. This is a day and a half. I'm thinking we got probably 4 or 5 days of data. And I'm trying to find, errors, things I don't like. Vladimir's fixing them. So just trying to tweak it. But again, this is a 5-minute intraday Bitcoin on top, and a 5-minute up-down volume on 5-minute waves coming from numerous exchanges. I got the list where it's actually coming from. Each coin is going to be a little different. And then Bitcoin pair is going to be a little bit different. And there's not as much volume coming on the Bitcoin pairs. I know I'm going to catch flack for that from all the haters, but I think that's meaningless. But I'm getting what I can from bar chart. I'm looking into some other data feeds, trying to make the software the best I can. But on down the road here, these broadcasts are going to be an hour, I'm sure, with me trying to not talk too much. So I'm still going to try to do daily broadcasts to jump into the software, if nothing else, while Nick's not available.
Raw says, I like big fat W's on the chart.
And I want to go with something else. A PCG client, Trevor, just sent me this about 10 minutes ago. I guess it sounds like it's probably a true story. A gentleman said that he was playing poker, had about 3,000 in 3 Bitcoins, ran it up to $4 million when Bitcoin topped out at over 19,000. At that point, I'm not going to read it, but at that point he thought he was a trading god, could do nothing wrong. All I want to say about this article really is that's one thing you want to be careful about. It's kind of like if you're gambling or whatever. I mean, probably the worst thing you can do is have success right out of the gate, because then you think you're, you can't do anything wrong, and you can trade around anybody. So it looks like he started increasing his positions, and then over the last 3-4 weeks, he has proceeded to lose the 4 million. So he took 200 to 300 Bitcoin down to zero. And I think some of that, and I'm kind of saying this because I've not been trading as much, because when you're not trading, when you're not comfortable trading, every position that goes against you, now you got to start second guessing. You have no conviction, and then you start trading even worse. So for me, if I'm not comfortable or not sure what I'm doing, I really fall back dramatically. I fall back and I get quiet. So, but I'm trying to not, I've lost some money by not probably liquidating a few things, but trading, I mean, we've had a lot of false starts here. We've had breakdowns, and then the same gentleman said that he knows a lot of other technical traders that have said the last 3 weeks have been the hardest that they've experienced, and they've lost a lot of money. So, and then I think you don't want to overtrade. I keep talking about, if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be overtrading. You might want to, if you want to keep trading, you'd need to pull your size back and not be risking as much, because it's much easier to make money on the way up, but when you start bear markets or trading sideways, you can get chopped up extremely fast. And this guy obviously got chopped up extremely fast.
Yeah, BA says, lesson learned, just take some of your profits and run at that point if you have 300 Bitcoin.
Yeah, but then you think you can run it to 3,000 Bitcoin.
Yeah, true.
You can't do anything wrong. And you want a bigger boat, or you want a bigger yacht, or you want a bigger Lambo. So
you want to take a look at some charts? You want me to take it back over here and talk about the first coin?
I'm going to talk about Bitcoin first, then you can have it.
Cool.
Bitcoin, 5 minute. The blue line is what I had on here last night. We did take that out, which I thought was a good move. And then once again, we fell back out, pulled back again. One thing I wanted to show was the uptrend shown by the pink lines. If you've been a follower of ours for months, you know that is an overlapping 5-wave advance. That's kind of a leading diagonal triangle is what it's called. So I've seen these patterns. That would be the first wave up, and now we're doing a wave 2 pullback, which means a rally from here could really gain some legs here. So, but I know a lot of Elliott wave people are bearish here. It looks like we're in a triangle headed to below 9,000, and I'm not going to argue that might be what's coming, but I'm trying to figure out ways that the low's already in and we're going to perk up here. And one way would be following this the pink angled lines as the first wave up. We're mousing around here. I think any move now above that 11.7 that we made last night could get extremely interesting to the upside. So watch out for that. And Ethereum is still doing well. We'll talk about more here when Nick's done.
Cool. Before I take a look at the first coin, I wanted to show this article over here. I did mention that Stellar had some good news. Pretty much an article just came out on why a $39 million ICO chose Stellar over Ethereum. Their quotes aren't that good. Obviously, we like Ethereum a lot, but they pretty much said we look at Ethereum like AOL or MySpace. That's how Mobus Network co-founder and CEO David Gobod explains why his startup ran its initial coin offering on Stellar Network instead of Ethereum, the most popular blockchain for token sales. The comment underscores the growing interest in some corners of the crypto community for faster and cheaper payment rails as Ethereum, like Bitcoin, struggles to scale. They made this announcement on Thursday that it has raised $39 million in their ICO, one of the larger recent token sales and the largest by far on the Stellar platform. The company only accepted Stellar's native currency, Lumens, which is also a good thing, in exchange for its own token known as Mobi. I don't know much about the ICO, but I thought it was interesting. We've seen what happens when Neo is starting to talk about how they're onboarding ICOs on their platform, and it exploded to $194. We've been talking about Stellar now for a long time. I've been in it for a while. If you saw my tweet, one of our first shows, I put a buy on it in the low 40 cents range. And full disclosure, I do own some, and I've bought in around 10 cents. So I want you guys to know that. Not trying to shill any coins or pump any coins, but just trying to, get the information out there on coins that I really do think have long-term potential. I want you guys to get in them. And the coin we're going to look at was Unikoin Gold. This is from a community member. Essentially, they're probably bringing this up because I know I like esports so much. This is an esports token that's striving to create its own esports betting platform. We're sitting at, there's a billion total supply and only 134 million are circulating, and we're still sitting at 122 market cap. We've came off the highs of over $2 down into this dollar range. If we go ahead and look at their website, I think we got to go to website 2. So essentially, some of the pros, they have a solid team with roots in the gaming industry, which is going to be good. The gaming industry is a very tight-knit community, and if you have negative aspects about you or people just don't like you, they're not going to adopt whatever you're trying to give them. If any of you guys are gamers, you know that. They've gone through due diligence of recognized investors such as Mark Cuban, Draper Dragon, and Digital Currency Group. Yes, Mark Cuban did get involved on their initial website and their initial program before the cryptocurrency was launched. That's interesting. Also, they're a betting platform that is tightly integrated with the gaming experience. Betting and other interactions with the game all happen in the same place. So apparently they're working on in-game integrations of the cryptocurrency, so you could be playing League of Legends. If you win your victory or you made a bet, then you will automatically get Unikoin Gold tokens sent to your wallet. They're saying it's a skill-based bet, kind of like DraftKings. Obviously gambling is illegal, so they can't say that. And then lastly, they cater to both the hardcore and casual gamers as well as speculators. So people that watch Twitch live stream gamers, they can bet on games that are going on live. They can bet on tournaments. They can do all of that. The cons with this, though, is they do have outside competition. Most of their competition is not on the blockchain. But like I said, DraftKings, you can bet on esports, and that's USD. And then also on sites like Bovada, which is a sports gambling website, you can use USD or BTC. So that already kind of has some of the cryptocurrency integration on it. They've been doing esports betting for a long time. So it'll be interesting to see if these guys can overcome their competitors. And then in the crypto space, they do have a competitor in, First Blood. First Blood is the same exact thing. They do ladders and they have gamblings and raffles and all that. I know First Blood only has Dota 2. So I do think Unikoin Gold does have an advantage on them because they're doing many more games over here. CSGO, League of Legends, Dota, all that stuff is included. If this is something that interests you, if you go over here and download their wallet, they are giving away 5 free UKG tokens, which is worth $5 now, but it's kind of interesting just to kind of see how their wallet works and how you can bet on some of these games. The problems that I have with this, though, number one, the competition, which we already kind of talked about with DraftKings and Bovada, where Bovada even takes BTC. They're going to be relying on their Unikoin token, so they're only going to be relying on their own platform because DraftKings and Bovada and all their competitors are not going to end up taking their tokens. So that's fine that they can rely on their platform, but they're really going to need adoption and gamers to really prefer betting on this one and betting on their platform versus others. Also, it may have a hard time selling the project as skill-based betting platform, so regulations can become issues, but DraftKings worked around this. We kind of talked about this as well. They're really going to have regulators come after them, and whether they're going to be able to push that it's a skill-based betting game rather than a gambling game will be interesting, especially since a lot of the esports community are underage, obviously. So like at least DraftKings, you have to be 18 or older. I don't know if they have an age limit on this as of now, which they might have to implement, which might take away from a lot of their customers. And that's about it, guys. It's really hard. I don't want to get emotional with this because I do love esports. I think I'm going to keep my esports diversification on eBoost for now, and then in traditional markets. Traditional markets, I've been a long-time holder of Activision Blizzard. It's done very well for me, and I've also been holding AMD and NVIDIA as well, which kind of are dual purpose because they do the graphics cards, but then they're also used for mining software for cryptocurrency as well. I like the coin a lot. I just think that their competition is going to be a little hard to overcome, and I don't know what their upside potential is. Also, in their white paper, if you read it, UKG can actually release tokens from reserve to stabilize token prices, which obviously is going to limit the upside potential of Unikoin. And obviously, they're not going to tell you at what point they're going to release those. So I don't know what kind of upside targets they're going to have before they start dumping some of this 1 billion supply into the market. So that kind of scares me as well. I know people like it, I like it, but I'm not going to be emotional with it. And for now, I'm just going to keep an eye on it and not make a trade on it. Do you have a chart up there, Tad?
No, because I'm getting ready to talk about something else, but I will bring a chart up, a UKG. We got to keep organized here so we don't run people different ways. UKG, I got her. You know, we had some volume come off the lows here and some low volume pullback. So I guess on a short-term basis, that's a 1 hour. It doesn't look bad. I don't think anything to brag about, but I'm guessing probably sold out, which means the lows are probably in. And I'm going to go back to something else I want to talk about, because over the last few months, I have not had my software, and I know a lot of people gave me flack, like, well, he says, you know, oh, it looks good here, whatever. But I'm not going to give much of an opinion unless just by guessing. And I want to show you one thing right now, because I've showed with the green lines here. This is the 5-minute Bitcoin again. Same chart I'm going to show you from my tweet earlier today from our software. So Bitcoin stair step down. This is volume from Bittrex. You can see it. Huge selling came in down to the lows. So there's no divergence, there's no inharmonious action, there's nothing like that. And then this is also consolidated volume from 5 or 6 exchanges. And it's not quite as drastic to the downside, but still hit new lows. So looking at this chart, there's nothing to talk about. Prices are going down, volumes moving with it in conjunction, etc. But then same thing, go back to my tweet. This is the same chart, green line collapsing. But when you bring in real consolidated volume for 5 minutes, you can see that there wasn't large selling coming in. So, and that would tell you that that low maybe was important. I mean, right now we're at 11, almost tagging 11.4. So, you know, I'm still going to tell you, if we can get the consolidated volume as much as we can into the system, keep track of 5-minute waves, it is going to help trading. It's going to give you higher conviction on trades, places for stops, etc. So that's hopefully what I'm going to prove over here over the next weeks and months moving forward.
Let me answer this question real quick. Somebody said, can you look into Wabi? I haven't done a full detailed review, but when we talked about VeChain the other day, Wabi is kind of a competitor to that. And I kind of saw Wabi as maybe getting some of the more generic commercial grade items, you know, maybe Walmart brand or something like that, because it looks like a lot of their technology is just QR based, while VeChain is going to be a lot more smart technology and really targeting luxury goods and produce and seafood and things like that. If I get a chance, I'll do a more in-depth analysis on Wabi. I know a lot of people liked it. And I think that Wabi and VeChain are competitors, but I think they're going after different market sectors within the commerce businesses. So I think they both have a chance to survive, honestly.
What's up, DJ? I saw you slide by there about talking to me today. That's what's up. I'm going to go over just the rest of these coins here. I don't have a lot marked up, but let's go through. Dash was a little stronger today.
Somebody's asking about a free trial period for software, or maybe a video explaining the software so they know what they're getting.
I mean, I've got a video with stock, you know, with the stock 5-minute on it, which is really the same thing. I will be doing videos to until, you know, once the coins start building a little more track record. So I will do that. I'm not sure if I run into some minor headaches here over the next week to launch, then we're going to see about maybe, you know, letting everybody have it for free. if I get the kinks worked out and it's working perfectly, I'm probably just going to launch it and charge right out of the gate. So I think it's going to matter what happens here. We're still going to be, I mean, my intent was always to be at the $35 or something. I mean, that's still probably our plan for students. And I'm probably going to jack it up to 75 or 100 a month for non-students, maybe even the 100. I really want the community because I want everyone paying attention. So if there's things I'm missing, somebody will let us know in the chats or something, you know, different things. So it was all about the community. That's why Matt and I sold courses. That's why we're doing software. That's why we did the show. It was about building the Wyckoff community because that's what we were doing. And that's what we believe in. That's what I believe in, obviously. I own the university. I own the institute. So that's what we're trying to do. So
somebody said, does the software come with the course? No, it does not. But we believe any current or prior student will get a reduced price. I'm not going to make a percentage-wise. I think I was talking Todd into like 50% off or something like that. And then also we're going to integrate Learn Social over on the website so that the community can get over there and be part of a private chat group. So if you're a current or former student or software holder or a PCG client, then you'll have access to a private chat group so you guys can bounce ideas off each other and we can talk to you before and after shows and things like that so you kind of get an insight and it adds a little more value proposition to the course as well. So that's kind of the plan that we have.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to need to take the course to somewhat know what we're talking about.
Shout out to Crypto Reese for subscribing.
And, you know, hopefully we're going to have some fun here and make some more money. I mean, because still at some point like we've just had, there's going to be months, if not years, where these markets are going to go sideways. And you better be trading some during that time period. Or you better be, you know, we're going to have these. I don't have all the sectors. I mean, Nick and I kind of put them together. Vladimir's not built them because that wasn't my first concern. But, you know, we're going to hopefully be able to say, hey, it looks like the privacy coins have been digging in here quietly when you're not looking. Because the software is going to take like 8 coins, going to keep track of their 5-minute price and volume, aggregate them together into the index, and give us the charts. And we're hopefully going to be figuring out where volume is coming into sectors or coming into coins. And we're going to buy strong coins. We're going to sell weak coins. I mean, we're going to do all the Wyckoff teachings, basically. So, you know, we've got a lot of grief that I haven't launched the software yet. Some of it was joking, but everyone knows I'm getting, you know, rude comments on YouTube. And anybody that doesn't think Nick's a good addition to the show, obviously they're crazy. I mean, Nick's got a shitload of knowledge, and that is important. I mean, like Wyckoff says, you know, we don't need fundamentals, whatever. Well, it's a little different on the cryptos because there's so many projects out here that aren't any good. You know,
yeah,
they're just
a lot of the price action comes from the fundamentals, and finding what's vaporware and what's not comes from the fundamentals as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you tell me we're going to buy GE stock, I don't really need Nick's fundamental analysis on GE. But if we're talking about some of these coins, I mean, it's definitely good to know more detail about what they're doing, and he's bringing that to the table. So
Rawl said, told my wife to stay away from B Trash, but she wouldn't listen. We kind of talked about that on the very first episode. I'm not a fan of B Cash, obviously, or Bitcoin Cash, or whatever you want to call it if you're a fan of it. But I do think it is a necessity in your portfolio, maybe a 5% or, you know, I know you guys are going to want even less than that, but I say a 5% portfolio diversifier is a hedge against Bitcoin. Roger Ver is a businessman. He has a lot of friends in high places, and he's not going to give up. He owns Bitcoin.com. He's done all these things. He's gone through all this effort, and he knows how to make money. So at the very least, I think you're going to get a couple more pumps out of Bitcoin Cash. And if something drastic does happen, you want to be diversified and have a hedge against Bitcoin, just in case somehow Bitcoin Cash does, like he says, becomes a new Bitcoin, which I don't think is going to happen. But I think you need to have a little in your portfolio.
And there's Bitcoin taking out the previous, like last 12-hour highs.
Yeah, somebody wanted you to look at the Bitcoin chart again. Just do a little quick one because they just got in here. I told them I'd make you do it.
Oh, I got colored lines everywhere. I mean, we're taking out the highs here at 11,400. So we've been failing when we do that. But again, the pink line is could be a leading wave one. I've seen these before, but they lead to aggressive rallies. So we'd have to dig in here and keep this move. I'm still not, and let's go back too, because if people look at the quote I did on Twitter, I mean, I did that when it was after it rallied up here, because I was just looking at the software. So it was kind of around 11,150. So if you would have if you'd have bought that, put a stop at the low, you would have a trade on now that's working. But all I'm showing you is a price in OP. There's no force, there's no technometer. The technometer is an overbought, oversold reading. So if this down here at sub 11,000 would have had the divergences I showed you on the Twitter and also had an oversold technometer, I mean, that would have been a layup to have bought that. And that might be, you know, on a 5-minute chart, you're trading really short term, so a lot of people wouldn't grab that. But the problem is that could be the start of a big rally here on Bitcoin. So in the past, when I've shown like a buy signal we gave on stock, you know, like Wingstop or some of these other ones, you know, they all start from a 5-minute chart. So you can be looking at a daily, but if you're getting ready to do something, you want to zero in on a 5-minute and get the exact point maybe where you want to pull the trigger. So
let me say something real quick.
Yep.
Stand Up PDX said Bitcoin Cash is better than Bitcoin. As a transactional currency right now, yes, Bitcoin Cash is better than Bitcoin. But what you have to understand is all they did was they copied the Bitcoin code, which you're allowed to do. That's fine. It's open source. They increased the block size. Now that works great now, but if Bitcoin Cash becomes more popular and starts getting more transactions onboarding to it, it's going to have the exact same problems as Bitcoin, where the mempool is going to fill up, transactions are going to take longer, and transaction fees are going to increase. And here's the difference. Bitcoin has the largest development group out of any of these cryptocurrencies, while Bitcoin Cash is filled with a couple developers and all developers that were kind of ousted from the Bitcoin core community. So I think in the long term that Bitcoin is going to still stay superior, while in the short term, yes, Bitcoin Cash is better for transactions, but they didn't solve anything by increasing the block size. Once you get more transactions, more people get into cryptos, they're going to have the same exact problem as Bitcoin Core does currently. So, yes, and they are working on Lightning Network. That is a good point, Raw. That's interesting as well. That's still a ways away before it's mass adopted, but one step at a time.
Can you roll up and wrench Kevin Hannon from Ireland? I don't know if you got him or not.
Let's see.
Right.
There's Wayne. Need to get him.
A little higher. Maybe you grabbed him. Yeah, right there at the top.
Oh, yeah, I got him.
Grab that if you would.
Cool.
Right. I'm going to go over a few more charts then. I was on Dash. And guys, when the software launches, I mean, I won't be doing TradingView. I'll do a little bit on Coinigy, but I probably won't be using TradingView because I'll have my charts with all my markings and everything else on it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. But, you know, it's going to make this show probably longer than we want. So hopefully we can start catching up some foreigners, you know, some of our international subscribers on an earlier show where I'll just maybe be by myself doing TNA. And then maybe, you know, Nick and I might come in and do, you know, maybe Saturday, Sunday show once in a while, especially if I'm in St. Louis.
I don't think they have a larger wrench option. We're actually trying to change the wrench to a different JPEG file too, like putting a pork blaster on there or something, but we couldn't figure it out. Right. I was in contact with YouTube, but I don't think it can happen as of now. Maybe they'll add it in there. And yeah, somebody was asking about Robinhood. As of now, for the first two trading pairs of BTC and ETH, they only have the regulations sorted out for 5 states currently. It's going to be California, Massachusetts, Montana, New Hampshire, and Missouri. So that means me and Todd can get on Robinhood and mess around on there. But I'm assuming more states will get on board once the regulation catches up. But yeah, as of whenever they release this, there's only 5 states that can partake in the crypto part of the platform.
Now here's Ethereum, which I think is going to lead this rally possibly. I don't have as much proof of that with the volume. I mean, again, we've only got 4 or 5 days of volume being collected on the 5-minute data. And but I think here's the same thing. We've had an overlapping 5 waves. This could have been it. We could be ready for a lift off, or we could pull back here to 10,000 again tonight and then lift off. And again, guys, I'm going off 5-minute data for a few days, so I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to skyrocket here or Ethereum. I mean, don't be trading off, because all I'm getting is, you know, minor data, minor points, but I'm trying to let everybody know on the YouTube channel kind of what we're going to be looking for and what's going to be happening. So that's all I'm trying to really do so far. Litecoin 180 where it's been setting.
DJ makes a good point there. If you have the EOS token on an exchange, you need to register that with EOS if you go to their main website by June 1st, 2018 to get your proprietary EOS protocol token. So if you guys didn't know, they're going from the ERC20 token IOU to creating their own token for their own platform, and you can convert those by moving it over to their wallet and registering on their website. So make sure you guys do that. If you did get it on the EOS train, do that at some point before June. Don't procrastinate unless you're trying to sell some on maybe a hype cycle that occurs when the date gets closer.
There's Litecoin. Doesn't have the 5-wave advance. It's kind of met pretty big resistance at 186, 188. But it is holding up here. I mean, it just did a 183. So, I don't know whether these coins are going to surprise you. The news is bad. Charts don't look very good, but that means everyone's probably sold out. So, Neo still doing well. Much stronger advance there. I'm going to rally from 104 to 146 and holding those gains. So, OMG, not doing bad either.
I don't do any ASIC mining, crypto rot. I've just never got into it. I think that they just keep getting updated too fast. I know you can get good ROI on them, but I haven't messed with it. I do GPU at-home mining on a small scale. So I don't really have an opinion on the Antminers S9s or any of those. So
Ripple's not doing as well here. You can see the charts way more heavy short term. I still, read some articles. Still a lot of, I think, what was it? Bloomberg today had an article talking not very good about Ripple. So I think it will dig in and rally here if these other coins do. But I think probably it'd be a chance to probably lighten up on that position.
Somebody said if we had to buy one, would it be Neo, EOS, or VeChain?
Well,
I mean, they've all had pretty big run-ups. If you're looking at long-term wealth creation, I like Neo. I think Neo is going to continue to go up, and you can stake Neo for the gas, so you automatically are guaranteeing yourself with the dividend. I know some people are unsure of EOS. One of my acquaintances does know the developer of EOS. I believe in the platform because of the information that I've had from him. I'm going to take the chance. I do have some EOS, and I'm going to claim their proprietary EOS token. Also, we looked at yesterday that they got what was it? They got a joint venture fund going. I forget with what company, but they invested like $325 million into that platform. So, I mean, if you wanted more of a flyer, you can go for EOS. I think VeChain is really cool, and I think it's going to succeed, but I think it's a little overbought right now. I think the price is a little high for what product it's running. It's sitting at like $3.3 billion market cap or something like that with only half of its coins in the circulating supply. So I'm going to wait for VeChain. If we have a big correction on that, that's one I might enter. Like I said, long-term stable choice would be Neo and get the gas. If you want to take a flyer and maybe go with what my gut feeling is, obviously this is just an opinion, then maybe try EOS and make sure to register your tokens over on their website before June 1st.
And I'm going to vote that you run our disclaimer real quick.
There is a high degree of risk involved in trading cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns. Thank you.
Guys, again on that disclaimer, I mean, you got to realize my regulators are saying that anybody in the crypto universe is going to start getting the hammer put on them. So I've covered all rules I need to because I know what they're going to be looking for. PCG clients have signed their forms. I've done, I've got their objectives, etc. So sorry about the disclaimers. I got to be running them, with the futures trading and everything. I am registered investment advisor, state of Illinois, and some other states. So I've got to play by the book.
Yep.
Because I'm going to have regulators extremely on me, especially since we're managing millions of dollars as well.
Yep.
So
got to keep on top of that.
You got to bear with us on that.
Some people want to look at some charts here. If you want to look at the Zen Cash Chart, I know we've been talking about them. I actually switched one of my at-home miners over to Zen from Zcash. I like that they partnershiped up with IOHK. Anything that Charles Hoskinson is going to be involved in has my eye. I really like him as a developer. I like him as a founder, and I like him as a business leader. So I'm going to keep an eye on Zen and see what kind of implementations IOHK is going to do on Zen with their partnership, and see really how in-depth that partnership is going to be.
That chart's on a 1 hour is not quite as as dynamic to the upside, but still not too bad. ZEN, a 1 hour chart, trading view.
Somebody want to look at DigiByte as well.
Thought maybe Hobby was in here. DigiByte, we're going to go to DGB USD. And if I bring up a Digibyte USD of Bittrex, if that's what this is, I have to check. But obviously that means you can go to USD. So somebody made a comment on YouTube that we're showing charts that you can't trade out of, and sadly he was wrong. So
I understand what he was kind of saying, like, oh, it has to be BTC pairs only because that's the main index.
He says you're showing a chart you can't trade out of. Well,
yeah,
I'm sorry, you can.
Yep.
So I do it daily. So.
Yep. So there is USD trading pairs out there on several exchanges as well.
But I will say we're doing something right because the hate's starting to come. So I'm pretty happy with that because obviously everybody knows that we got something going here.
People want to look at ADA and Neblio.
ADA. This is ADA BTC. We've talked about this. Extremely good chart pattern. Came back to support at 4,500. Had this big rally and has held the gains. And it wouldn't take much to get this thing. We get about 6,000, 7,000, probably off to the races again. So, and who else?
Neblio.
Sorry, but I don't think I got that one here.
Yeah, I don't know what exchange they're on either.
Let me go back to.
It is available on
Binance, Neblio, BTC. Yep. This is the 1 hour. Big rally on big volume, pull back on low volume, extremely low volume, and then another rush on big volume and another pullback on low volume. So I would say that coin's still doing okay. And again, guys, when the software launches, hopefully most of these coins are going to have, I'm going to be limited to what bar chart's giving me. They're telling me they will add coins for me, but we're going to see
and then look at
that's true.
XVG real quick, and then I'll take it back for this other coin I wanted to talk about.
XVG USD. Not much to say there. That coin got really hyped back here at the highs. A major sell-off, but did come back down to support. And kind of quiet since then. So now I'm going to do one more for Doug. RDD BTC. He wanted some TNA on that. This is the BTC one. So, I would say the support was down there 73. We came down to the 80 level. And we did rally off of that. Volume has trailed off considerably since these rallies. But that, that's definitely a high level triangle. I mean, that could be a pork blaster in the making. So I would stay long that one. I'd probably nibble on that one here or a little bit lower.
Let me take this back and make the Stacking Stoner's day, because he's been wanting me to look at this one for a while. Yes, I'm going to look at Genesis Vision GVT for you. I know you love it. The reason I too like this coin, and a lot of other traders have been trying to do this, it has a very low total supply at 4.4 million. It also has a circulating supply of 3.7 million with a total market cap of 68 million. So I mean, if you say hypothetically this thing went to $100, even if the total supply was available, you're only looking at $430 million. A lot of people don't understand how market caps work. There's a lot of dumb money out here in the cryptocurrency space, and I can see that run up just for that very fact. And I know that a lot of other big name YouTubers and traders have been talking about getting on low supply coins, as it's going to cause the supply and demand to go parabolic and the price will follow. If we go over here and look at it, essentially they're saying the next step in the financial markets evolution. If you guys are familiar with economy, this one is very similar. There's more and more of these platforms coming out, more and more of these applications coming out in which they're saying you can trade, providing liquidity. So obviously it does have competition. It's going to be interesting to see which one of these platforms wins out, because you got Ethos now, you got even Robinhood integrating the cryptos, you got Economy doing something similar. Rather than just a trading platform though, this does allow it so that me, like say I went on here and I was an analyst, I can create my own coin. If I am profitable in my investment decisions and my trades, then people will buy my coin and then earn a percentage of like how my trade is. So just like Economy, where you're investing in a manager and investing in their portfolios, that's kind of the same similar setup. I mean, this reminds me a ton of Economy. Obviously, this has a lot better setup with their very small token supply. But I mean, Stacking Stoner, if you have a reason that you love this over all the other options that are available out there, all the other competitions, let me know. I know one's going to be a winner. I guess there might be room for more of these, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to go on 30 apps to trade my coins. We were talking about QAsh yesterday. I got enough things already going on. I guess if I wanted to be a manager on here, it'd be pretty cool, but I just don't know why would investors choose this over all the other options. It's going to be interesting to see what happens here. But I do see it, regardless of how the platform turns out, it looks real sleek and all that. I do see it as a good opportunity to get in and catch a good trade. I'm not going to, I mean, obviously I don't want to be part of pump and dump or shill or any of that. And I always preach about investing in good, lasting platforms for long term. But I keep seeing more and more people talk about getting on coins that have a very low total supply and very low circulating supply, because they can pump up and keep the market cap low enough that people are going to continue. They're not going to have that mental barrier of this super high market cap. So they're going to continue buying where price isn't even an option, you know. So, I mean, it's interesting, but I think there's so much competition in this space, and I'm really interested to see how all these marketplaces and trading platforms on iOS are going to really differentiate themselves. But we'll see. I mean, it's interesting. I could go on here and put together a good portfolio and get you guys to buy some of it or whatever, but I don't know. I don't have time for that. There's so many other things going on.
Raw Iron says when you are over the target is when you get the flag. Amen to that.
What did Stacking Stoner say? He said exactly. Did you say something else up here earlier?
I get more flack than ever, so cool.
But, I mean, it's a great idea. Their website looks good. They have a pretty good team. But I just think there's so much competition in the space right now in the cryptos with all these liquidity platforms and management platforms and, you know, AI database point platforms like C&D. There's so many of them. I mean, it's going to be really hard for any of these to break through and really stand out head and shoulders above everything else.
I do not have trading yet for Binance. Coinigy has assured me that's coming in their software update in January. I mean, I can't imagine any day they don't say it's available. So Coinigy is just these guys.
Stacking Stoner said it's pretty much the same ideology of a lot of them, but they're going to be attacking Forex, which they might be able to set them apart. They might be able to. I guess I wanted to look at this too. I know we have a bunch of people in this community that ask about eBoost that might be invested in eBoost or might be looking to invest in eBoost. Essentially, the staking begins in 34 days. If you go over to eboost.fun, you can get information on that and download their wallet. And then if you do own eBoost and are trying to get the Alaris airdrop, where you get half of an Alaris token for every eBoost token that you own, that is going to be over on alaris.io. You register on here. They'll be sending you an email whenever they have more information on how that staking is going to occur. It looks like the registration for eBoost staking begins on February 5th. The eBoost staking will launch on March 1st. And then on March 15th, a snapshot shall be taken for the airdrop. And then on May 23rd is when you'll get your half of an Alaris token for every eBoost token that you actually have. It's nice to see that their PR and their marketing is doing a little better, being a little clearer. If you look at the chart, obviously it had a huge run up and then subsequently a huge dump because there was a lot of misinformation going on the website, on Coin Calendar, and these guys weren't being very clear either. So the one problem with this is their marketing PR team have been struggling on eBoost and Alaris. I actually reached out to one of my friends who knows the developer on eBoost and told him, hey, go kick him into shape a little bit, kick him into gear. So Marshall Long, if you're watching this, fix your marketing, fix your PR, and I love your coin. It's the one esports coin that I am investing in and looking to stake. But come on, man, you need to do better. I've seen a lot of your stuff. You're keeping up with the roadmap, but just get a new PR guy or something, or keep it a little more professional. You need to get more investor confidence back in this coin, and I think there's a lot of upside. So I don't know if you guys want to have Todd look at a few more charts.
Lisk, somebody asked about Lisk. I got it up. There's Anthony Villegas. What's up, Anthony? Lisk is showing a little bit of life here on the 1 hour, actually, as we speak. As you know, went from 40 down to 15, which is a pretty major sell-off. Once again, kind of back down to previous support. So, and I know Nick loves this one. So, and everybody knows we're not doing no pumping and dumping here. I mean, since I am registered and Nick actually works for another investment firm, I mean, we're not playing any of those games.
Yeah, I'm not doing pump and dumps or shills.
You're going to get good, solid opinions,
and
right or wrong.
When I do own a coin, I try to make it very evident that I own a coin. If it's a big portfolio position, a small portfolio position, I'm trying to be full transparent with you guys. But if I'm investing in something, it's something I like and I want to share with this growing community, and I want to see everybody in the end make money. So Just want you guys to know that.
And myself, I'm more in larger coins, so I might start venturing into more of them now that Nick's here, because I feel like, you know, I'll understand a little bit better. And then obviously when I get the software working how I want, so.
Somebody wants to look at Aetherium Classic, a couple people.
We will look at that. ETC, USDT. I've talked about this on the, you know, that's a pretty big sideways, what I think is accumulation. It came down to support at 21, which is perfect. It's gotten a little quiet here in the last day and a half or so, but we still like that coin longer term. So I'd own some here, and I would pick it up on a further dip.
Shout out to all the subscribers I missed. If you guys can smash that like button, share, and subscribe, we would appreciate it. Shout out to the 232 people currently watching. We love you guys, and we're hoping that you're getting some insightful information. Keep asking good questions. Keep giving us good coins to look at, and we're here to help you guys out.
And the show is going to get better as we go.
Yep.
So.
In the description below, we do have a cryptocurrency trading course over on learncrypto.io, and then we also do a crypto private client group where we help manage your portfolio using trading API keys. If you want more information on either of those, that is in the description below. Shout out to you guys.
And on the course, you're going to want to take that probably to understand what we're going to be talking about, even on the YouTube shows, because you're going to get a lot of free stuff on here. And then, as we're saying, we're going to be going into learncrypto.io and really diving in with students and with our community, and not just on YouTube.
Angel goes, just tell me your entry points, Nick. I can't do that. I talked about yesterday some of my exit points of Pivx. My re-entry point did kick in. So that was good. I couldn't give you guys when I was trying to get back in. I didn't want you guys to bid right in front of me, but that was successful.
And I'm not here to be a YouTube celebrity, so I'm here to give advice on Wyckoff and to try to trade these coins better.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a fun time for us just to talk to you guys, and really gets us out of the monotonous day of staring at charts and staring at computer screens and reading white papers. This is just for fun and to stay in touch with the community and kind of spread the word, and hopefully you guys can get a lot out of it.
All right, guys.
We're going to call it a night?
I'm pretty well. You know me, I'm hungry and tired.
Todd's always tired over here, getting old.
My schedule
is
just...
gotta pump the coffee in his veins before we start going live or something.
You know, you and I go live at 6:30, just, you know. My day starts early and it goes to now, and then I get a break, and then I'll see what happens tonight.
Last question we'll answer. Somebody says, where do you see it at the end of 2018? I mean, I don't know by the end of 2018. I'm over here telling Todd, so the last bull run led us to what, about $850 billion?
We're going to $1 trillion.
I think the next bull run will break $1 trillion. I think that's going to be a big, hard mental barrier, but I think we're going over the next over $1 trillion with the next bull market. So that's my opinion on that.
Shout out, D.
Shout out to all you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
D's a recent graduate.
We usually only go live Monday through Thursday. Maybe I'll convince Todd to go live tomorrow. We'll see. We'll try to pop on this weekend, and we'll talk to you guys soon. I'll take a look at some of these coins.
I haven't been home since Christmas, so my wife, I don't go home, she's coming here, there's no doubt. So
smash that like button.
Oh, hey, stay positive, pal. Most people, when they lose, they whine and quit. But you got to be there for the turns. Everybody's got good luck, everybody's got bad luck. Don't run when you lose.
Play hard, play clean, be careful out there. We'll see you all again. Sleep tight.